Hi, my name is Aurelia. I'm a yoga meditation breathwork teacher based in Berlin, Germany, and I offer breathwork sessions for companies and individual online and in person. And we'll do a very short, very basic breathwork sessions for beginners today. So in order to start, I invite you to find a comfortable space. This can be either on a normal office chair, it can be on your couch, it can be like me sitting on the floor, and you can even lie down if you think you're not going to fall asleep. And you can also do it standing up. So find a comfortable space. The important thing is that your spine has the option to sit straight, right? To be as long and straight as possible. What we don't want is someone kind of like slouching on the couch, which is very inviting, but try to keep the spine as long as you can, the crown of the head reaching the ceiling, and then we might sit like very, very straight and incredibly uncomfortable. And if that's the case, then take a deep breath in. Exhale and soften the body. Relax the shoulders, the muscles of the face. Maybe there's a little bit of movement that feels good to do right now. Maybe a little stretch, opening up the chest, rolling the shoulders back and down a couple of times. And especially if you've been sitting in front of the screen, in front of the computer, you are probably kind of hunching the back, right? Shoulders collapsing forward. So we'll try and do a little bit the opposite. Taking a nice and deep breath out, softening the shoulders, softening the muscles of the face, from the forehead to the space between the eyebrows, the chin, the jaw. And if it feels good, you can close the eyes here. And I'd invite you to just notice your body here for a moment. Notice all the parts of your body that are touching the ground. So that might be the sole of the feet, or the feet. Maybe you can also sense your hips, your buttocks on the chair, on the floor, on the couch. And if you can, allow yourself to lean back. Maybe you can even rest your head. And feeling your whole body being taken care of right now. There is nothing that you have to hold on to. Your muscles can relax and soften. And then I invite you to place one of your hands, or maybe even both hands, onto your belly. And you probably notice that your belly is kind of tight, right? That we're holding the belly in, that we're kind of contracting the muscles, either because we really need to fit into these pants. And if your pants are very tight, then feel free to open up the button, right? That's the nice thing about online sessions. We're probably in our private space, we can turn off the camera, we can just open the button of our pants for the belly to become really, really soft. Allow it to have as much space as it needs. And often, because we want to appear thin or muscular, we need to fit into our clothes. We also kind of reverse the breathing that happens very often. So keep one hand on the belly, allow the belly to be fully relaxed. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. Allow the air to flow down your throat, into the chest, the rib cage, and the belly. And the belly kind of expands like a big balloon. And then exhale, and the belly softens, the belly button by itself comes closer to the spine. We exhale out of the rib cage, the chest, and the air flows out. And then deep breath in through the nose, allow the belly to expand. Open the mouth, exhale it all out. Inhale, belly expands like a big balloon full of air. Open the mouth, sigh it all out. And continue to breathe like this for a couple of times. You can really exaggerate this motion, right? With every inhale, the belly expands as much as you can. And with every exhale, the belly becomes very soft and small. And this is the natural way for our breath to flow in and out of our body. And very often, because of stress, because of our clothing, because of anxiety, our breath actually has reversed, which means that we inhale and kind of pull the belly in, and then exhale and pull the belly out. But it's important for the belly to expand on the inhale, and as we continue breathing, I will give you a little journey through the body and what happens when we breathe. And I'll invite you to bring your awareness for a moment to the tip of your nose, to the nostrils, and maybe you can sense the air coming in kind of fresh and cold. And as you exhale through the nostrils, you can sense the air a little bit warmer and hotter coming out of your body. And we'll follow the breath into the body, and you can imagine that the nose hairs kind of stage diving, taking this fresh oxygen into your nose, running down your throat, into your larynx, and down the chest. And here it goes into two different tubes, to the left and to the right, because we have two parts of our lungs, right? We have the right lung and the left lung. And the left part of our body, the left lung, is a little bit smaller than the right side, because on the left side we also have our big heart, and our heart takes up quite some space. So with every breath that you take, you can imagine both lungs kind of filling up, and the left lung being a little bit smaller and the right lung fully expanding on the right side of the body. And with every breath that we take, our lungs expand, and not just to the front, the back, but also to the right, the left, to the top and to the bottom. So as you're breathing here, you can also exaggerate that movement, kind of sensing your whole upper body expanding as you inhale, growing in size. And as you exhale, the body, the torso kind of contracts, pressing out the rest of the air out of our lungs. As we inhale, our torso becomes this big balloon. And on the exhale, it's a bit like a shriveled grape, right? Like a raisin. And with every breath that we take, our lungs expand in size into all hemispheres, into all parts, north, south, west, east. And so they're also kind of pushing down into the belly, and the diaphragm opens up, pushes into the belly and pushes our organs out of the belly, so that our lungs actually have more space to expand. And you can imagine that the diaphragm is connected to the lungs, and with every inhale that you take, and you can try it out now, it's a bit like if someone would be jumping onto a trampoline, and the diaphragm, the trampoline, expands to the bottom, opens up, So actually every breath that we take into the belly, it's not that we breathe into the belly, but actually the diaphragm pushes the organs out into the belly. And this is important for so many reasons. Of course, first of all, we breathe and our body, every cell of our body needs that fresh oxygen, and it needs to get rid of all the CO2, all the other toxins that we have in our body. But also with every breath that we take into the belly, our diaphragm massages our organs, it massages the intestines. And this is so important because maybe you remember that most of the serotonin is actually produced in our gut, in our intestines, which means that every breath that we take increases the production of serotonin, of our happiness hormone, and thereby boosts our mood. Continue to breathe into your belly, and maybe by now your belly, your intestines are making noises, right? And if that is happening, then you have done it exactly right, because you're massaging the intestines and you're helping them to digest. So if you feel hungry, then you have done it exactly right. Let's take one more deep breath together. Breathe in, allow the belly to expand. Open the mouth, sigh it all out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And let's take one more last breath together and allow this to be the longest, the fullest and deepest breath that you have taken all day, all week long. And sigh it all out. Returning to the natural rhythm of your breath. Coming back to the natural in and out flow of your breath. And checking in with yourself here. How are you feeling right now? What has changed in the last 10 minutes? And then slowly bring back a little bit of movement into the fingers, and hands and wrists. Also your toes and feet, ankles, giving yourself a nice big long stretch before opening up the eyes again and returning to this virtual space. And I thank you so much for having taken these 15 minutes to breathe, to connect back to yourself. And I hope you can take this energy into the rest of your day. And I hope to see you here again very soon.